Like not many people do. So I really.
Okay, cool. We're waiting for some more tweets. So if you wonder why I'm like kind of skipping around a little bit, we are trying to just, buy some time and get some more tweets in. Speaking of which, we're now getting told. So it appears that, I don't know the sequence. So victim 1 is clearly Cassie. Victim 2 is either Jane Doe or it's Mia. So it's either Jane Doe or Mia. Jane Doe is still to come. There was a victim 3. Victim 3 started, like she was mentioned at first, and then when we saw the superseding indictments, they almost start mentioning her less and less. And what was now told and what's been kind of understood is that that's probably Gina Huynh. And supposedly she's gone missing. Let me try to clue you in on what's going on.
Hey, y'all, it's your legal bestie.
So, and again, Drill, make sure you do clip this. Where is Gina? That is the question. Where is Gina? Gina, I've said, I believe, is she tried to play a dangerous game, if you ask me. Because if you're listed as a victim, you must have talked to the police and you must have told them they may have taken what you have done or what you said publicly, which she did an interview saying that she was assaulted and abused. And she probably told the government some of that. Or they might have picked her up saying, hey, we have you in freak offs with other women, and they're saying that you're the one who had them doing X, Y, Z. And then at that point, you're going to be like, no, I was following orders. So now it'll be like, oh, so you're a victim as well. So regardless of how, if they called Gina, and if victim 3 is Gina, if they called her witness 3, that means she must have talked to the government. Now, here's the thing I keep telling you. She's Diddy's bottom bit. You know what I mean? Now, I think there's a few people hedging their bets saying, yeah, Diddy might be cooked, and if he's cooked, shit, I'll stick a fork in him. But if he's not cooked, I know he gonna respect my loyalty, and I think that's Gina. I think she don't know what side to pick. Cassie already picked her side. She's just going for the money. She's like, yo, if this motherfucker's not done, shit, I still want to be on the Diddy squad, And even though she's listed as victim 3, apparently she's missing. Now, let's play Attorney Simone talking about this. Here we go.
Attorney Simone, I am live from the Diddy trial, but I didn't want the content to stop. So here's a breakdown of how Gina got her secret settlement. This is from last week, so I kind of compiled it together, but you'll see. Let me know what questions you have in the chat, but this is a breakdown of how Diddy is working out secret settlements both for Gina and other witnesses that the defense is particularly concerned about. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Drop your comments down below.
Okay, so she thinks that Gina got a settlement, and that made Gina, maybe they had a talk to say, yo, Diddy, the feds want me to go say X, Y, and Z. I was mad at you too, but I don't want you to go to jail. You pay me, I'm not like that disloyal bitch Cassie. Cassie, her ass double dip. She took the money and she trying to send you to jail. We just want the bread. Give us the bread and we won't, I ain't gonna help the government at all. It look like that's what she's saying.
It's like the named victim 1 through 5 named and addressed in the indictment. They have security with them. My understanding is there's security, and they even have trackers on them. Like, how you can have like a air tag so that they come up missing? Yes. Even it's serious business. Because word is, from my inside source, he has been tampering with witnesses. And I want him to get caught, so I want him to continue. So I don't want to speak too specifically on the kinds of tampering. But I'll say this because I've mentioned this before.
Is she doing Natasha K by just alluding to things that might be rumors, or does she know for a fact? You see, we got to be careful here. We're at court now. This is not gossip time, right? Did he do it or did he not? Okay, by the way, thank you guys for the 10. Says Pusha says UMG blocked Kendrick's verse over Drake's case, so Pusha paid 7 figures and gave them album points to get out of the deal. But if UMG has points, they're still legally responsible. Okay, I'll go back to that donation when we start talking about the Pusha T thing. Darren Foss says, didn't Diddy hang Wale over a balcony same way? Well, yeah, supposedly that's the whole allegation. Let's get into this Gina thing, though. Is she witness 3? And did she get paid off by Diddy to not participate and to go ghost? Apparently, you can't find her. She blocked me. Yeah, she blocked me on Instagram. So I can't even pull up her Instagram here. And if you pull up her Instagram, right, she hasn't posted. Her last Instagram post is right before the trial starts. She ain't posted since. She's been ghost. So now you find out the feds have said they can't find her. She might be doing what some people thought was happening in the Tory case with the driver. just go on a long vacation, right? Like, yes, could they try to put her in jail because there's a subpoena and they probably served that subpoena to her already and she's entitled to show up there? Of course. But would the government go as far to jail somebody they're calling a victim? That looks crazy. So it looks like, she's going to stay ghost. Oh, we can't find her. She'll pop up after the case is done. I'm pretty sure the U.S. government isn't that happy with her. Maybe marshals are trying to track her down. Because if she gets up, if she answers that subpoena, they're putting her ass on the stand. You could tell they plan to put her on the stand. That was the conversation. Let's listen a little bit more.
Before, remember, tampering with witnesses is also one of the predicate offenses. It is number 4, D, tampering with the
Queen Prodigy. I don't think no one will be stupid enough to go in federal court and lie. I think what it'll be like a Kelsey testimony, where it's like, oh, I don't remember, whatever. Oh, I was mad then. Hey, can I plead the fifth on certain shit? When they're trying to hold her into a corner. I think it would just be a mess, and she might even turn into a hostile witness at that point. But I think to avoid that, because I think the jury could look at, let's say they somehow hauled her into court and she got to speak about certain shit, because they're going to say, well, we have your interview you did with Tasha K here, where you literally said he forced you to get an abortion, he beat you here. Your stories are very similar to what we've been hearing. You don't believe that you were coerced or you were threatened by him or blah, blah. They're going to do whatever they can to get that story out. So I think rather than put her on a stand where with all due respect, Gina doesn't seem like the brightest cookie. I remember when she did an interview with Tasha K, she was like Tasha K is like, drink some water. She's like, you know what I mean? So she's not the smartest or the sharpest knife in the drawer. So you don't want your fate and 10 or 20 years of your life hanging in limbo, and she's the one that got to go up there and drop 20. Hell no.
The witness, a victim, or an informant. He's continued to do this because you got to remember, Diddy doesn't play fair. He wins first, deals with consequences later.
Okay, we just want to stick to some of the facts here.
He files a motion to dismiss it. Well, what he's been doing with the civil witnesses, so that the ones that have civil lawsuits.
Okay, so it looks like she has a theory here. This is not necessarily fact. She believes that Diddy identified, him and his team identified the civil cases that were going to be potential witness in the criminal case. Now, remember, remember, they were going to bring it up in court when Diddy called Dawn's phone, or called actually Kalina, hundreds of times, or it was like dozens of times. And they're like, whoa, that's witness intimidation. That's witness tampering. Now, here's the thing. Diddy's been sued on a civil level. It's very standard that a demand letter comes out. After a demand letter comes out, sometimes litigation gets filed. And through that, you're going to have to talk to the other person's attorney. Or sometimes there's a conference and you talk to the other person. And they're saying Diddy knew the criminal case was going to come. So maybe he identified the strongest victims, right, that were also filed in civil cases, used the civil case as a shield that he can't get witness tampering charges, settled with them, but on some he's not going to put it in paperwork and writing, but it's like, hey, listen, you can't help I'm going to give you wanted X, I'm going to give you X and a half, but you got to go ghost, go on a long vacation, go to Bali, turn your phone off, okay? You got to do this for 2-3 months, then you could pop back up. We don't ever got to talk. That money's all yours. We'll put it in escrow until a certain date. Who knows? That's her theory. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think Gina wants to be with Diddy. I think Gina, you see, just like how Cassie was distraught and heartbroken after she realized she stayed with Diddy for 11 years and Diddy actually had the audacity and the unmitigated gall to fucking write, my real soulmate was Kim Porter right after she passed, and Cassie's floored. It's like, damn, why I waste 10, 11 years of my life? I thought I was your soulmate. Now it makes sense. This is why you didn't want to give me a kid. This is why you didn't want to give me a family. This is why you picked this woman over me every single time. And you would refer to her as the mother of your children. But in fact, it was much more than the mother of your children. That's the real love of your life. That's your soulmate. I thought I was your damn soulmate. So that crushed her. That allowed her to, probably open up to some of the other people she was having sex with. And one of those guys stole her away from Diddy. Remember, let's keep with that thought. Cassie doesn't file this lawsuit. Cassie doesn't file this lawsuit, chat. Cassie doesn't file this lawsuit until Diddy newborn baby love. Okay? March March or sometime in 2023. Okay? I don't know exactly when baby Love was born, okay? But yeah, she was 7 months then. So like at the end of 2022, so his youngest kid was born at the end of 2022. Okay? So that's when Diddy's youngest child was born. Remember, Cassie broke up the relationship and was pretty much very hurt after everything's making sense. This is a woman who is moving with scorn based on what she felt she didn't get. She feels a certain type of way about Diddy, that Diddy gonna call another woman his soulmate after she spent 11 years with him. She leaves him immediately. She starts fucking with the next guy she could find, which was a trainer who was giving her some penis on the side. That guy she eventually married, but she's still not over it. She's still not over it. She probably was living in regret this whole time, saying, this motherfucker really took a lot from me. As soon as Diddy has a kid, 2022, 3 months later, because that was the end of 2022, 3 months later, I think they said around March 2023, her lawyers send Diddy a demand letter. I need some bread, or else I'm writing a book. You could tell, and again, some people are going to say it's the Young Miami thing. Yes, that was happening in the media, the Young Miami Gina arguments and shit like that. But you got to understand a woman who thought that, oh, she donated her life to you. What really probably mattered was her watching Diddy, who probably used to tell her, remember Diddy is going towards 60 now, right? How old is Diddy? 55. He's going towards 60. I'm pretty sure he definitely hit her with what Shannon Sharp said. Yo, maybe if I was like in my 30s, I would have a kid with you. But I'm 55, baby. I'm 55. She was probably telling Diddy the whole time, I want to have a baby. I want to have a baby. She hits 30. No baby, no ring, no commitment, and the nigga saying he ain't your soulmate. She breaks up with him. She's like, I can't keep wasting my time with you. I need somebody who's going to take me serious. Makes sense, right? We all know when women hit 30, they start, yo, I ain't going to cap with you. There's a woman, she might be a chat queen, I think. I don't know. Very beautiful, though. Like, she messaged me and whatever, like, I can't remember what the conversation was, but I looked at her and she's like, oh, no, she said happy birthday. And she's like, my birthday is like right around yours. And I was just like, oh, happy birthday to you too. I could only see the PFP thing. Looks so beautiful. And I said to her, I said, oh, damn. She was talking about how she was going. I said, how are you going to celebrate? She says, I'm not celebrating. And I'm like, yo, it's your birthday. You got to celebrate. I said, I'm having a show, the chatting show. And I was like, that's how I'm celebrating. And I'm like, damn, you don't got no pictures or nothing. There's nothing on her page, but you can see the PFP. And she said, I'm going to be honest with you. And by the way, if she's watching, I'm not going to tell your at name. I'm not trying to dox you. She said to me, I got mad the other day. No, I got sad the other day and I deleted all the pictures. I said, why'd you get sad? She said to me, I'm turning 30. Now, I only tell you that story. Psychologically, a lot of women go through some shit when they're hitting that 3-0. I'm sorry. We got to speak straight. So she told me she deleted all the pictures off her page and she didn't want to celebrate her birthday this year because she was turning 30. Not to say that's exactly what Cassie's going through, but Cassie left that man at 29 around 30. I could imagine Cassie at 22 is saying, let's get high, drunk, freak off all day. She now finna be 30-something. She tired of the freak offs. She ain't seen no ring coming soon. Ain't no kids coming soon. She fed up. Let's just talk about it. Okay? Diddy probably been BSing her. Oh, nah, hold on. Baby, now, like, yo, listen, I ain't do that with Kim. I want to wait till me and you get married first. Then I'm going to give you a kid. Lying to her, stringing her along. She's doing freak offs after freak offs. She probably thinking, how many freak offs I got to give this nigga to get a fucking ring? Other women coming around, yo, why you with this girl? She's also not seen a cycle. Diddy got you at 19. Start having you doing freak offs at 22. He got a new girl who's 22 when Cassie's right about 30. He got Gina. Remember, Cassie's 30, she's 22. She's realizing you're on the rotisserie wheel. You're on a cyclical thing for Diddy. He about to get you out of here or grandfather you into, I can't even say Kim Porterland because she don't got a kid. So you about to get out of the mix. But when she sees that Diddy has that newborn kid, look, December 22nd, December 27th, 2022. 2.5 months after that, she approaches Diddy with a lawsuit. Don't the timing make sense, people? Diddy was bullshitting her for 11 years. She wanted a kid. Never gave her a kid. Probably even told her, baby, I'm too old to have a kid. I can't do that no more. I got 5 already. Like, we could adopt or something like that. Or we could do some in vitro. We'll do it later. But I'm going to marry you, though. I'm going to marry you. Bullshitting her the whole time. When she look up now and see, wait, that nigga got a baby? Oh, hell nah. It's time to sue. It's time to sue. Which also, if that's the case, again, I'm speculative right here. I'm doing some assumptions. I'm not sure if this is true. If that's the case, that means, and by the way, I'm wondering what her current man is thinking. It feels like she was separated from Diddy, but her heart never moved on. Her heart was living in regret and probably saying, yeah, this nigga cool and everything, meaning her husband. But damn, I wish it'd work out with Diddy. If only that fuck nigga would have just gave me a kid and stopped having me doing freak offs. And stop putting his hands on me. We would have been good. Because if on the timeline that I'm going down this rabbit hole of theorizing about is that she gets with Alex Fine 2018. It's not instant like, oh, I'm ready to leave Diddy. She keeps fucking Diddy going back and forth. She's still fucking Diddy. They even try to do a couple last freak offs. She marries the guy, starts to have kids, and she's still looking over at, remember Diddy, we don't know if Diddy said anything like, privately. That didn't really come out in court. Maybe like saying, yo, leave that nigga, come back to me. We don't know that. But she kind of communicates with him somewhat, very sporadically. But she's still looking over what's going on with him. Probably seeing the Young Miami shit. Seeing the Gina shit still happening. Saying, yeah, that bitch Gina thought it was all sweet. She going through what I went through. Yup. Good for her. All right. And then she sees the baby. She must have seen the baby. Had to happen. That's what I think. Okay. Fetus OG Bossy says, free Diddy. Thank you for the 5, brother. All right. What do y'all think about that theory?
He's been going to them and he's been saying, listen.
So now we're back to Gina.
The government is trying to seize his assets. We didn't know where we could get access. He's likely paying around $3 million per month for the defense in this trial.
Yeah, he's definitely dropping it back. Let's one more thing before we get back into court. Gina, victim 3, right? Want a little bit more information on this.
What up, y'all? So as the Diddy trial proceeds, we have now found out some additional information about victim 3.
Oh, she has a nice voice for like a narrator. She should do a documentary narration. Who is she?
So if y'all don't know, Diddy's trial actually starts on Monday, and right now he has anywhere between 1 to 5 victims that may be testifying against him.
This was right before the trial started.
Late last week, the feds reported that victim 3 is missing. Hey, make sure you subscribe to my page. I'm trying to grow over here. They don't know where she at. She ain't picking up the phone calls. They can't find her. Now, from the start of this case, we started to hear a lot of details about who these potential victims could be, and it wasn't coming from the feds. It was Diddy's lawyers. Diddy's lawyers were dropping little breadcrumbs here and there that was telling us who these victims were. So I remember like way back in December, Diddy was trying to get bail, and his lawyers was like, listen, this is not a RICO case. All these victims, they're all Diddy's ex-girlfriends. So I said, all of his ex-girlfriends. Well, that's gonna dwindle this list down because most of us know who Diddy's ex-girlfriends are. So once we learned ex-girlfriends were involved, I immediately thought about Gina Huynh. And the reason I thought about Gina is she did an interview way back in 2019 before Cassie ever filed her lawsuit. And she talked about how when she was dating Diddy, he was extremely violent towards her. He made her get abortions. She said something like he pushed her down the stairs.
Let's
he
put the clues
stumped
together,
on her
y'all.
belly. She
Let's put the
did
clues
this
together.
interview with Tasha K. And a lot of people didn't pay no attention to it. They thought she was just telling these weird stories. But some of us was kind of like, hey, I believe her. Sounds like Diddy to me. So when his lawyer came out and said, hey, these are all ex-girlfriends, most of us was like, okay, Cassie's one of these.
We're going to take a break and go into the DDG stuff. Just give me 1 second, chat. Trust.
victims, and Gina most likely is one of these victims as well. Now, I don't know who the other victims are. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. Now, today, the judge came out because victim 3 is still missing. We don't know where she's at. And he ruled on some motions that Diddy's lawyers had put into place. And as he's ruling on these motions, he's non-purposely telling us more information about victim 3. And we've put 2 and 2 together and pretty much have confirmed, yeah, victim 3 is Gina. In one of his rulings, the judge said victim 3 was someone who had already done a public interview. So, which one of Diddy's ex-girlfriends has done a public interview?
Good catch. Good catch, girl. Good catch. I like that.
Gina. She sat down with Tasha K and talked about how Diddy was extremely violent to her. Now, what's even crazier about Gina potentially being victim 3 is about 3 weeks ago, there was a motion that said all of the victims in the case would be referred to as Jane Doe. They didn't have to use their real names. They could be completely anonymous. Cassie was like, yo, I don't want to be no Jane Doe. I want to use my name. So everybody was cool. Then about a week or so ago, victim 3 was like, don't call me Jane Doe. I'm cool with moving forward and using my real name. So about 2 weeks ago, she was completely in on this case. And not only was she in, she was going to go by her real name because there was something in the paperwork that said, hey, she's already known to the public anyway, so it's no point in her being a Jane Doe. She was ready to testify under her name. But fast forward to today, she's missing. The feds can't get her on the phone. They can't get in contact with her. They don't know where she's at. But guess what? I don't think she's missing. This is just my speculation. I think Gina has taken a payday. I think she's disappeared on purpose. Her lawyer released a statement to TMZ and said, hey, victim 3 is going through some personal things right now. That's why it's kind of hard to get in contact with her. Listen, y'all, we saw this same play in R. Kelly's first trial. The first R. Kelly case, when he was accused of being with Sparkle's niece in a video, and the girl at the time was underage, a lot of people testified, watched that tape, and said, yes, that's Sparkle's niece. She's underage. Teachers, principals, friends. But you know who didn't testify? The victim and her family. You know why they didn't testify? Because just like Gina, they went missing. Nobody could find them when the trial started. Fast forward 20 years into the future, and R. Kelly is hit with his Fed case, and we find out in that case that those people didn't go missing like out of the blue. We found out that R. Kelly had paid for them to go stay in the Bahamas for the whole duration of the trial, and when he was found not guilty, they came back and he even gave her family members jobs. Crazy. And this is what everybody was afraid of. This is why people did not want Diddy to have bail, because people felt
That's a fact.
like if you let this man get out, he's going to start influencing victims and witnesses. He's going to start paying people off.
Somebody said Gina fine. Gina washed up now. I ain't gonna cap with you. No disrespect to her. She washed up now. She washed it. You could tell that the Diddy monthly allowance ain't been hitting. I watched her twerking. Gina. And I could see why Diddy was like, all right, man, let's wrap this up then. Let's wrap it up then. Let's wrap it up then. Yeah.
Like that.
Once I seen that.
I'm a good ass, rich ass from the go.
Actually, maybe she not washed. Hold up. Nah. She washed. Washed. Yeah. Yeah, she just hanging on to the bandwagon right now. It's all good. Diddy, she ain't get the drill. Diddy low key on his what's that nigga name? Leonardo DiCaprio shit. You hit a certain age, it's time for him to dip. He out of there. Gina, he's out of there. Trust. Yeah, you know the age that he left Cassie. I told you Young Miami fucked this whole thing up. But the next joint was gonna be 23. Trust.
He may start threatening people. This is what we knew what was going to happen because it was rumored he did.
Oh, let me see if this shit even move. Nah, this is that long back energy. I ain't gonna hold you. That's long back energy. I can't even hold you. That's long back energy. Hell no. I could see why Diddy was mad. Diddy and the freak off, and Diddy probably tell her, throw it back on that nigga right now. She just throwing her whole back on the nigga. Yo, put the arch in the back, stupid. Hold on, man. Give me some more Astroglide. Put the arch in the back. No, I'm playing. Let me stop. These are inappropriate. I shouldn't even joke like that. I'm not mature enough for this.
Yo, it's too hot.
Yo, she just wiggling her thighs. Yo, Gina, I ain't trying to like shame you or nothing like that, but I see why you got Young Miami. Young Miami gonna throw that shit back. That's a fact. Let's look at Young Miami. This is how you supposed to. Come on. You got to get a chick from Florida to throw it back like Young Miami twerking. Come on. Bumbo clot. See that? Yo, see that? Bumbo Ross clot. Bumbo. See? Yo, go. Oh my God. This how you get a De Leon deal. Oh my sweet Jesus. Ooh. This how you get a De Leon deal. This how you get your own show. This how you call you Shorty Wop. That's how you do it. This right here, this long back jiggling, thigh wiggling, iron board shit. I ain't dissing you, Shorty. Don't get mad at me. Yeah, she had a cute face though. The top might have been good. Still might have been good. No? But I could tell. Back shots was probably a pain. Yo, throw it back on me. Yo, why are you wiggling your ankles, man? What are you doing? What's that dance that they do like go like this and you keep put your legs like what dance is this? What little dance is this? He looking at it like this ain't even natural talent. This natural talent. Yo, Diddy trying to throw a stack of hundreds. You just heard the stripper nigga. He want to throw a stack of hundreds. Nigga, Young Miami, she move and act like a stripper, nigga. Look. Bumba Bras Clyde. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Nah, this different. I'm sorry. You see, that's why Diddy had to come back to a black queen. But he fucked with the wrong one, a ratchet chick you can't do all that shit with. Nah, hell nah. You got to get a long back, no rhythm type girl to get off the freak off and all that type of shit on, bro. Because a chick like this, when a chick like this could twerk her ass and throw her ass like this and that type of motion that's organic, that almost is making its own beat, especially if the twerk wind don't smell crazy, you gonna have to trick on her ass. Like a chick like this, she gonna be like, yes, that nigga bought me a Maybach, bought me this, bought me that. And that's what fucked everything up, man. I told you, it's Young Miami. Bumbucklad. Jesus. Chad, gotta keep it a being with you. And she got that little moose knuckle. Like you can see from the... Nah, I'm playing. Let me stop. This is a serious case. Yeah, this is when Gina realized it's over. It is over. You could compete with Cassie, but not motherfucking Young Miami. And you know how Young Miami got a big mouth. Pause. Well, I actually pause, but like the way how she talks shit, you know she could, nigga, she could suck an ice cube through a straw. We all know that. So you know she's on a different level. That's the thing. I don't even like ratchet chicks, but nobody fucks better than ratchet bitches. It's like their attitude match their sex skills. Trust. Nobody fucks better than ratchet bitches. Their attitude usually, the nastiest attitude, they suck the best dick. Trust. I'm telling you. All right, don't believe me. All right. Wait, what happened? Why my offline on kick? My offline on kick? Oh, we're back on. Oh, yeah, I got to refresh on kick. I don't know what happened right there. Okay. We good? I thought YouTube was telling me, chill out, nigga. Chill out. Chill out. Shit. Shyamalan? If I'm lying, tell me. Shit. I'm about to check in the game, gang. I'm about to. This is how you go check in the game at the freak off. You know LeBron just throw the shit in the air? Yo, hold up. Bomba clad. Hold on. Young Miami pussy clad. Hold on. Nigga, I'm getting up in this freak off thing. This is how, that's how you gotta get up in the game, Chad. Word two. You trying to get up in the freak off, you gotta just start all in up. Ain't that some nasty shit? But whatever, man. Somebody said she can't even dance. Man, all the chicks with fat butt, they could do like 3 motions, but trust me, it always look good. It worked to every song. It hit on every beat. It's all good. Yo, you ever seen players at the NBA when they about to get in the game? Like they're over here, they're doing all this stretching, whatever, and then they pull the thing off, ready to get in the freak off, then start oiling yourself up. All right, man, this is about to be crazy. It's gonna be a slip and slide up in this motherfucker. For real. Oh, man. Okay. Now y'all gonna see I'm clowning Gina. Gina, baby girl, you can show up to the trial. It's fine.
Yo, it's too hot.
Let's get back to the tweets, man. Enough horse playing. Well, I got baby oil in my hand. Oh, no, I told you. A chat queen, right, who came to the show, gave me a gift bag. The gift bag had 2 things, Ciroc and baby oil. She said she wrote me a letter. Let me see. Oh, nah, she gave me the ultimate freak off pack. She said she wrote me. I didn't read the letter yet. I didn't read the letter. I didn't read the letter yet. I didn't read the letter. Okay. Shout out to my chat queens, man. I love y'all. But she also gave me a condoms, this was the only confusing thing about the gift she gave me. There is no condoms in a freak off. The fuck? I understood the baby oil. I understood the Ciroc. The condoms just fucked me up. I'm like, they're not using no fucking condoms. They're fucking raw. Like, bearskin raw. I said, she trying to have a safe freak off. Like, hell nah. Nobody uses the condoms in the freak off. Condoms in the freak off is like blasphemous. I'm sorry. Beautiful and blessed TV. I love you too. Somebody says there's a chat queen responsible for yesterday. Yes, it's a chat queen that's responsible for that, but it's all good. But I really think my chat queen didn't do nothing. But I'm now starting to think, y'all know I drink all the time, but I haven't drank Ciroc in a while. This shit had me floored. Maybe it's because they got mad sugar in it and like it didn't feel like alcohol. And then I just like knocked out. Or not knocked out. I tried to take a 5-minute nap and woke up an hour later. I don't know. Anyway. Let's get back to the tweets, y'all. Don't be entertained by my shenanigans. And if you see this clipped on Twitter and people say I'm weird, it's because I'm trying to entertain. It's all jokes. All right. They said they're back